because he said my name on a microphone, on TV, did not make Al Heyman present Keith Thurman with a real contract. It never happened till earlier this year, and I already signed it. So you want the truth? The truth is Keith Thurman signed his contract. Errol Spence didn't sign his. And Keith Thurman never got a contract in the past. I've never ducked anybody, okay? But I've been ducked. And when you win, when you lose, but you need another pay-per-view, you better not duck me, son. I'm still here. I'm still valid. And I'm coming for everybody.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, former unified WBC, WBA, welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, Keith Thurman, Keith Thurman is 30 wins, 1 loss, no draws. He's 22 wins by way of knockout. He's 5'8.5" with a 69-inch arm reach. Keith Thurman is now 35 years of age. With that said, Keith Thurman is pretty much retired. He turned 35 November 23rd. Okay, he's semi-retired. Keith Thurman has fought a total of 3 times in 6 years. This was Keith Thurman discussing and saying that he signed his contract. As I told you guys in the past, go look at the receipts, that Errol Spence and Keith Thurman was supposed to fight. He's talking about former unified 3-belt WBA, WBC, IBF, welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, Earl the True Spence Jr., who is now 28 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 22 big wins by way of knockout, 33 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. I told you guys that they were trying to force this Keith Thurman fight for Errol Spence over Errol Spence fighting now undefeated 3-division world champion, 2-division undisputed world champion, and the reigning unified welterweight world champion, who is widely acknowledged and recognized as the #1 pound-for-pound best fighter in the world, in Terence Bud Crawford. Terence Crawford is now 40 wins, no loss and no draw, 31 big wins by way of knockout. He is 36 years of age, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. I told you guys they were pushing the Keith Thurman fight for Errol Spence, and Errol Spence turned it down. They had the contracts already delivered. Keith Thurman, like he said, he signed his portion. Errol Spence didn't sign his portion. And now that Errol Spence has lost, Keith Thurman is saying, don't come and duck me. Now you need somebody else to help you sell pay-per-views. Is this an indication? Is this an indication that they may not be able to force Terence Crawford into a rematch? They fought July 29th, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena. It was the biggest, most lucrative fight of Errol Spence and Terence Crawford's career. It was for history. Terence Crawford dominated a one-sided fight. Terence Crawford dropped Errol Spence in the second round, twice in the 7th, then stopped him in the 9th. They have gone into negotiations. They negotiated amongst themselves, that being Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, that the loser will have a rematch clause that they can activate and be in their right to receive an immediate rematch. The winner will be obligated to the rematch, but will automatically get a bigger share of the pie and reportedly be able to choose what weight class to take place in. Because we know Errol Spence has stated on numerous occasions that him making 147 pounds is difficult. He wants to go to 154. Terence Crawford has uttered the same sentiments. Terence Crawford has been in welterweight for 5 years and 8 fights at 36. Terence Crawford is ready to move up himself, but he's more disciplined. He's lived a fighter's lifestyle, so it's easier for Terence Crawford to make 147 than it is Errol Spence. And Errol Spence is naturally a bigger guy than Terence Crawford. So with that said, you see Terence Crawford is back training. Errol Spence has made some recent comments as of late, essentially justifying why he lost the fight and stating that he had cataract over his eyes that was preventing his vision from being clear to see the jabs and hooks from Terence Crawford. Then he came out and he stated that he had a broken rib. He couldn't spar and couldn't train a month before the fight. He didn't get the shot, wasn't approved to get the shot in his rib, in his side, until a week out from the fight. And obviously, we know he felt like he was weight drained. Terence Crawford got wind of that. He responded by saying, "I've heard it all from Errol Spence. I'm glad it's over with. I wish you nothing but the best moving forward in the future, bro." To that, Errol Spence responded, "Stop being emotional. Let's run it back." Terence Crawford's team has confirmed that Terence Crawford is focused on moving to 154 and challenging the newly crowned WBO junior welterweight world champion, Australian superstar boxer Tim Tszyu, the son of a legend, Costa Tszyu. He can petition the World Boxing Organization, better known as the WBO, to be the mandatory challenger for Tim Tszyu at 154 pounds, to which Tim Tszyu has welcomed it. Tim Tszyu is 24 wins, no loss, no draw, 17 wins by way of knockout, 29 years of age, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. He welcomed it. He said, "Terence Crawford is definitely the best fighter in the world. He's not perfect. He's hard to beat, but I welcome it, and I dare him to activate the mandatory and move up and challenge me for my title." Terence Crawford truly has his sights set on a mega showdown with 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, who is the undisputed super middleweight world champion and widely acknowledged as the face of the sport of boxing, in Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is 60 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout, 33 years of age, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. He's about the same size as Tim Tszyu. He just fights at 168, but he's undisputed, and he is a mega superstar, proven, right? He's done 4 pay-per-views that did 1 million pay-per-view buys, and he's done some that did close to 1 million pay-per-view buys. So with that said, Canelo Alvarez is indeed the face of the sport of boxing, proven face of the sport of boxing. Now you have guys like Gervonta Tank Davis nipping at his heels. With that said, Keith Thurman is saying that they had the contract already signed for him to fight, Errol Spence to fight Keith Thurman and not fight Terence Crawford. But Errol Spence walked away from it. He refused. And as Errol Spence stated, the powers that be did not believe in this fight. They didn't want us to fight. Now it's up to us to prove that we deserve this fight and that we can do big numbers and we could come together and do big things, right? The fight did 750,000 pay-per-view buys. Both fighters earned over $20 million. Well worth it. But now, because of these statements Errol Spence recently made, and Errol Spence had surgery on his eye to remove the cataracts, they fought 6.5 months ago. How long does Errol Spence have on that contract that binds Terence Crawford to force him to have to rematch Errol Spence is the question. And is Terence Crawford serious about going to 154? But there's conversation that Tim Tszyu could be fighting other opponents, right? He had his sights set on Jermell Charlo initially, but Jermell Charlo dared to be great, got a big opportunity to fight Canelo Alvarez, jumped up 2 weight classes and lost. Is he going to come back down? He's facing some legal issues. So we don't know what the future holds for Jermell Charlo. But now this is interesting because Keith Thurman has stayed inactive. Again, like I said, he's fought 3 times in 6 years, okay? Since he unified the belts in March of 2017 against Danny Garcia. He's had 3 fights. He fought Josito Lopez in 2019, Manny Pacquiao in 2019, Mario Barrios in 2022. So since 2017, Keith Thurman has had 3 fights. And he said that he was already signed to fight Errol Spence Jr. And now Keith Thurman, like he said, is you're going to need me. You lost to Terence Crawford. You're going to need me to help you sell pay-per-views. So is Keith Thurman going to be the chosen next opponent if Terence Crawford moves on to fight Tim Tszyu? Is Keith Thurman going to be the chosen opponent to fight Errol Spence?
Just because he said my name on a microphone, on TV, did not make Al Heyman present Keith Thurman with a real contract. It never happened till earlier this year, and I already signed it. So you want the truth? The truth is Keith Thurman signed his contract. Errol Spence didn't sign his. And Keith Thurman never got a contract in the past. I've never ducked anybody, okay? But I've been ducked. And when you win, when you lose, but you need another pay-per-view, you better not duck me, son. I'm still here. I'm still valid. And I'm coming for everybody.
So this is going to be very interesting. Let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace.